Hey Team YouTube, we are back and today we're going to be talking about the most important questions to ask your clients. All right, so let's crack on with it. At this stage, these questions we're going to ask them, they have already paid, they've already committed to the project, because there's so many different questions that we need to ask our clients at different stages of the process. But at this particular stage, they have already committed, they've already paid their deposit. We've already had a very quick chin wag with them just to kind of figure out what it is they want and a little bit about their business. But at this stage, just so you know, so you understand the reasons why I'm asking these questions, they have paid, they're already committed, and that is where we're going to start, all right? So, the first question, number one, why do you think you need a logo? This particular question has created me so much more work. Now, the reason that we ask this question is because we're trying to understand why they think a logo will fix the problems that they're having. It's very, very rare, if ever, a logo will fix a particular problem. Clients might think that a logo is the fix of the problems that they're having, but it's often not. So when we ask questions like, why do you think you need a logo? It allows us to get to the root cause of the problem. Now, there's a fantastic little, it's not a little trick, it's a little method actually used by, I think it's his name's Sakishi Toyoda. He was the founder of Toyota and he calls it the 5 whys, all right? So if a client says to you they need a logo, ask them, why do you need a logo? And then they might go, well, it's gonna help me grow my business. And then you're gonna go, why do you think this logo will help you grow your business? And then there'll be another one, and then you ask, why do you do that? And then why, and then why? And the beauty of this 5 whys question is what it allows you to do is probably get to the root cause of the problem. And what is beautiful about this, remember when we were kids, you know, like our parents or whatever would go tidy your room, and you'd go, why? And they say, go tidy your room to tidy up your toys. And they go, why? Do you know what I mean? So this allows us to dive into our inner beauty as children and question things more. And it allows us to get to the knowledge that we actually need. So this why question is so important. So always ask your clients, number one, why do you think you need a logo? And then use that 5 whys tactics. It will allow you to get to the root cause of the problem. And it might get you a little bit more work, all right, as well. So, number 2. Where will this logo be used today? Now, the today thing is really, really important because what we're trying to do by asking this question is just understand a little bit about the application. Like, where does the logo need to be used? What products does it need to be used on? Is there a website? Will it need to be printed? Is it going to be mainly digital? What you're trying to do here is you're trying to understand where the logo needs to work. And also within this, you need to be trying to figure out where it's primarily going to be used. Because what people can do is they can create a logo and it's really freaking boring because they want it to work everywhere. And ultimately, everybody's like, oh, it needs to work in a favicon. I mean, sod the favicon, it doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean? You can just put a colour in that thing. It doesn't matter at all. Do you know what I mean? Well, it doesn't matter to me. I never really looked at favicons, if I'm honest. So don't always think like it has to work everywhere. Like really focus on the spaces that it needs to work predominantly and then move from there. But application today is a really important thing to figure out from your clients because that's where the logo is going to be used. Number 3, where will the logo be used tomorrow? We need to future-proof our clients. We need to make sure that the things we are creating today for them will last 3, 5, 10 years. So we need to be asking questions about what they are looking to do in the future with their business. Where are they looking to scale? What extra products are they looking to launch? What extra services are they looking to launch? Like, we need to have a really good understanding of what they're using it on today and then also what they're looking to use it on tomorrow, because we want to, as designers, do the very best job we can and future-proof our work for them. This is why you don't want to follow trends. This is why you don't want to just do the latest cool thing on Instagram. Do you know what I mean? Like, you want to stay away from that, because when you follow trends, they last. And that's why I don't really like picking colours based on trends, because they're great for a year and then they're not great the next year. So we always want to be calculated and methodical and intentional about the decisions that we're making, so we can give our clients this longevity. All right. Number 4, who are the decision makers? Now, this is business 101, my logo designer friends. But literally anybody, if you're having any conversation, whether it's about a logo, whether it's about a brand identity, whether it's strategy, or whether it's whatever, find out who the decision makers are. And the reason we want to find out who the decision makers are is because they need to be in the room with us when we're talking about their work, when we're talking about the work we're going to do. So often, and hey, I've been in this situation in the past where I've been working with a point of contact. And what happens is I work really well with that point of contact. They love everything we're doing, we're discussing it. And then this point of contact goes and gives it to somebody else. They don't like it. And then I'm the one stuck in the middle going, but hey, I did what you told me to do, and now you're over here telling me it's not right. So what we need to try and do, and now this isn't always possible, I understand that, especially if you're working with board members or whatever, but you need to, as much as possible, get the decision makers in the calls, into the brief, into the conversations, into the strategy, into the whatever it is you're doing, or discovery calls, whatever it is. They need to be in that room, because they're the people who need to tick it. They're the people who need to okay the decisions, not the middle person. So always ask in one of these early stages of the calls, who are the decision makers? Are they always going to be present in the room? Like this is such an essential thing that will stop a lot of what we would call friction areas or tension points along the process. Super, super important decision makers. All right. Finally, number 5, we've got this client in. You know, we need to ask them, what other projects can I help you with? Now, I know some of you may be logo designers, but if you're a logo designer, you can do many things. You can build visual identities, you can build icons, you can help with web design, you can build any sort of visual system, you can build social templates, you can build email templates, you can build presentation decks, whatever it is. When the client has come to you and they've paid their invoice and they're on this call with you, they trust you. And when they trust you, it's a really important thing to not use that trust to your advantage, because that's the wrong way of looking at it, but it's like, use it. Do you know what I mean? Like, ask them if they need more help. You know, if they need a logo, they're going to need that logo to go on a certain amount of things. And those certain amount of things are going to need communicating to a printer or to an embroider or to a sign maker. Like, ask them, what are the other things that you can help them with? Because this is a really good way to start becoming that trusted partner for your clients. Like I said, they have found you. They trust you to do the work. So when they are trusting you, why not step out of your comfort zone a little bit and go, hey, look, I'm so excited about this logo design, but have you ever thought about what's going to happen after this logo is finished? You're going to need to redo your website, or not necessarily redo your website, but add the new brand and the new identity to that website. You're going to have to work on some new business cards. You're going to have to work on some new presentation decks. You're going to have to work on all of these things that you might not have thought about yet. Can I help you with that? Because what we could do is we can finish this logo project, and then what we can do is we can maybe come up with like a 3 to 6 month retainer where I help you implement this into your business. I know this better than anybody else. I know this brand better than anybody else. I can help you do that. And when you start to articulate the foreseen future problems or the foreseen future needs of your clients, and you share that with them, your trust and your reputation is going to be elevated. So always when they're on a call, or when you've got your client on a call, always ask them, is there anything else coming up that I can help you with? Do you have any friends that might need help? Because I can help them, all right? So Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. Make sure you work on them, all right? Because they're super, super, super important, all right? Grab the freebie, absorb more knowledge, and hit subscribe.